FOX19 now.
Well, good morning to you on this Tuesday. Hopefully you're having a great week so far. I'm Amber Jayon.
I'm Dan Wells. We're smiling because no rain and warm and sunshine.
I was just talking about, we were outside yesterday walking. This is beautiful right now, Catherine.
It's so nice.
Today, Cincinnati crime survivors are hosting a healing vigil to mourn loved ones while also calling for public safety solutions to prevent crime. And the group is marking National Crime Victims Month, and similar vigils are happening across the country. Now, survivors will share their stories and call for safety solutions to prevent future losses. It's all happening at Washington Park from 5 until 8 o'clock tonight. Federal student loans that are in default will now be referred to a debt collection agency. And the Department of Education announced that it will start collecting loans in default on May 5th, and it will end a roughly 5-year-long pandemic-era pause that could impact more than 5 million borrowers. Right now, we're following this developing story this morning after we learned a man has died. His death was announced after a warrant arrest turned into a SWAT standoff and then a house fire. This is part of that scene right there. We've been giving you updates on the Kettering Health cybersecurity breach, and now we're nearly a month after it was first reported. The hospital group is hit with a class action lawsuit. Now, 2 attorneys are suing the Kettering Health network on behalf of patients who say they were impacted by the data breach. Now, according to the lawsuit, a ransomware group stole more than 730,000 files from more than 20,000 folders. And the lawsuit says the stolen information includes social security numbers and financial records. Now, we did reach out to Kettering Health about the lawsuit, and we were told that they do not comment on pending litigation.
Amber, I'm going to bring you in now. What is the scene like there? And what have you experienced so far today as we're seeing the taxiway lodge up to the Air Force One there?
So we are inside United Performance Metals. They opened the door around 12 o'clock. So we've been here for a little while. Again, President Biden 3 o'clock. So a little less than 2 hours at this point. But people are starting to file in. I'll give you a look behind me. You can see things are set up. You see the sign here behind me, a future made in America. Now to the left, we're told that there are several employees who work here with United Performance Metals. So he's going to talk about the Innovation Act. So with the Innovation Act, that's to bring more manufacturing here in the U.S. so we don't have to rely on China and other parts of the world to bring in critical materials. But again, he's going to...
Amber, what's going on now? How's the crowd?
Well, we're seeing some people leave, but still quite a few people here. This is the crowd behind me. They have right now this 5th Street and Elm blocked off, barricaded, and I would say maybe at least about 100 people out here right now. Earlier, probably I would say about 200, but we were hearing some speeches earlier. Now they turned the music back on. They're dancing. And just a short time ago, I'd say maybe about 5 minutes ago, during their speech, they said that they were looking at the American flag. They said that they didn't have any feeling when they looked at it. And so it's a pole right in the middle, if you can see that. That was cut down. So that's not there anymore. Also, just looking out here at the Millennium Hotel, looks like they also spray painted on the wall. Looks like it says, "David Mann, you feel trapped." So at this moment, they said that their number one goal is to defund the police. And they said they're out here tonight because council missed their chance. But again, quite a big crowd out here tonight. I want to take you into the scene just a little bit earlier. This is around 8 o'clock this evening. That's when the budget meeting wrapped up. Now, those who were still inside the meeting walked out with their arms locked, some holding hands, others had their fists in the air. And everyone that we spoke to tonight says that they want to make sure that their voices are heard, and their number one goal, they say, is to defund the police. And when I asked them, what does that mean for you? They say that that does not mean getting rid of police officers, but reducing their funding. Now, currently, the council is discussing close to a $152 million budget for the next fiscal year for police, and that's up around $900,000 from last year. So, people are protesting here tonight. They say that they want that funding to go towards other social programs to help build the black community, and they say that that's a type of change that they're fighting for. I asked how long they plan to be out here tonight. The response that I had was they're going to be out here until their voices are heard. So no definite timeline of how long this protest is expected to last tonight. But for now, reporting live in downtown Cincinnati, Amber Jayon, FOX19 Now.
Story we brought you first on FOX19 Now. An OTR woman who was brutally beaten after confronting a drug dealer now knows she's not alone.
Just a short time ago, dozens of activists
surrounded her home.
Our Amber Jan joins us with more on the message they had for her attacker and other drug dealers in the community.
And that's right. Protesters lined these streets chanting that drug dealers are not welcome in this community. They also made a call for police and city leaders to do more. Shannon May's bruises are beginning to fade, but the community's support continues to grow stronger. When she walked out of her apartment on McMicken tonight, she was embraced with open arms.
I just want to say thank you to everybody that's coming out and showing me support. I appreciate it very, very, very much.
We sat down with Mays last Wednesday, the day after she was attacked. She says when she told the so-called neighborhood dope supplier to move away from her apartment, he started beating her. While we were there, our cameras caught what looked like a drug deal in the very spot where tonight's rally was held.
Will anybody else stand up to the drug dealers other than Shannon?
Lincoln Ware says he felt compelled to organize an anti-violence rally after watching our story.
When I saw it there, I could not believe somebody would do that to her. And she stood up to the guy. And that's what really motivated me. Hey, we got to go let other people know that, hey, you can stand up to these guys. The community will have your back.
Mays expressed relief after hearing that police arrested Darren Thomas, who will be spending his 30th birthday in jail for felonious assault. Police say Thomas also has a previous felony offense for dealing drugs.
We losing our kids. It's too much going on out here. And the bottom line of it is most of it is about drugs.
During the rally, neighbors and activists called for police to have a stronger presence, patrolling the streets and adding security cameras. Councilman Jeff Pastor also had a message to those pushing drugs on the streets.
So we want to say to the drug dealers, we know that you're desperate, but there is a way. There is a way, but we're not going to tolerate you putting your hands on females because you can't sell your drugs.
I just want where I live to be safe for everyone around here, not just for myself, for everyone.
And Cincinnati police say that Darren Thomas will not be able to bond out of jail tonight because he was wanted for parole violation when he was arrested. Reporting live and over the Rhine, Amber J. on Fox 19 now.
And tonight, a 14-year-old is accused of killing his two younger siblings. The Ripley County prosecutor says the teen smothered his sister and stepbrother to death less than 2 months apart.
And now the mother of these two children, she's speaking out, saying that her son did not act alone.
Amber J. joins us from Lawrenceburg with the very latest.
Well, right now we're here at the Dearborn Juvenile Detention Center where that 14-year-old is being held now. And we did talk to that mother. She tells us that her teenage son is also a victim, and she just wishes she could have done more to prevent this tragedy. Tonight, Christina McCartney is defending her 14-year-old son who's accused of murdering his two younger siblings.
It's a mother's worst nightmare. I mean, to have such a precious family and then to wake up to the worst possible outcomes.
She says her 14-year-old son adored his half-sister and stepbrother.
Every mom's dream child, pretty much. He would sing to them. He would read them books. I didn't have to ask him to help with the kids. He would just do it.
But she says things drastically changed last year on May 1st when she came to their home in Osgood, Indiana, and found her lifeless 23-month-old daughter, Desiree.
My son came out of the bathroom, was holding Desiree, and said, "Mom, something's wrong. She's not breathing right."
She died 5 days later at Children's Hospital. McCartney says she believed her daughter stopped breathing due to an unknown medical issue. 2 months later, in their same home, her 11-month-old stepson, Nathaniel Ritz, also died after being suffocated. Ripley County prosecutors say after Ritz's death, the teen confessed.
There were several remarks that were made to police officers about freeing the siblings from some sort of hell.
McCartney says her teenage son was referring to his abusive stepdad, who was living in the home with them.
He witnessed him being mean to the babies, that he would push them down on purpose. He would lock them up in the bedroom to try to shut them up. He painted a pretty bad picture. And, you know, as a mom, it's just hard to swallow that that was going on. And I didn't know.
McCartney says she doesn't believe her son acted alone. She says her boyfriend didn't like the responsibilities of fatherhood, and she believes her son was forced to kill his siblings.
But he did it under threat. He was told that if he didn't do the things that he was being told, he would be killed and that Stephen would kill me.
She says true justice would be seeing her ex-boyfriend behind bars as well.
This man destroyed many people's lives. My son will never be the same. I will never be the same. And my kids are gone. Those were my babies. Those were my life. But he still walks free. That's not right.
And again, the teen is being held here at the detention center. Now, his mother tells us that he's been here for the past few weeks. The prosecutor says he plans to perform an evaluation to see if the teen is competent enough to stand trial and if he can be tried as an adult. Reporting live in Lawrenceburg, Amber Jayanth, Fox 19 Now.
Erlanger is the latest victim of a swatting hoax. Dozens of police officers with their guns drawn surrounded a home on Rosary Drive this evening after getting a report of a shooting and a possible hostage situation. Fox 19 Now's Amber Jayanth is there with the latest.
That's right. And for those not familiar with swatting, it's a prank call made to emergency services with the intention of bringing in a large amount of armed officers to resolve the issue. And that's exactly what happened tonight. For nearly 2 hours, this road was blocked off. Residents could not come in or leave. And although we're learning this is now just a hoax, the people involved are not laughing. Shortly after 5 p.m., Erlanger police received this call through dispatch.
As regards for our shooting, police are en route, stage.
Detective Kyle Thornberry tells us he can't release all the details of the call or the nature of the threat, but to secure the area, nearly 40 officers from neighboring agencies were called in to assist.
Yeah, so once we got the nature of the call, we saturated the area. We activated the Kent County SWAT team due to the seriousness of the offense we believe that was occurring.
The woman who police thought was in danger turned out to be a 75-year-old widow who was fast asleep after taking medication. We spoke with the woman's daughter off camera. She says police contacted her about the threat, and she tells us she tried calling her mother, but she didn't pick up because she couldn't hear the phone ringing. The woman's daughter says she rushed through 40 minutes of traffic fearing the worst. That fear among neighbors has now turned to anger after learning it was all a hoax.
This stuff's got to stop, it really does. Scared that somebody could do that, and if all the police and everything are here, something could be happening somewhere else.
Detective Thornberry says that the hoax did drain a lot of their resources.
Yeah, if there had been a real emergency, we've had quite a big issue tonight, and we'd all still be over there dealing with that. But like I said, fortunately, everybody's fine, but unfortunately, as you can see by the sheer number of just vehicles you saw here and people, a tremendous waste of time and a tremendous waste of resources.
Now police say their next part of the investigation is to find out who made the call.
That's part of the mystery. We don't know where exactly it came from, who exactly made the call, but we're going to work to try to get to the bottom of it.
Now, Erlanger police tell us this is the first time they have fallen victim to swatting, but they say that their officers responded exactly as they should have. And in the meantime, they say that they take this matter very seriously. And when they find the person involved, that person will face serious charges and will be prosecuted. Reporting live in Erlanger, Amber Jayanth, Fox 19 Now.